We are live. They can hear me, but can they hear you?
Now I drive the school bus.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 155 of the JAC Show. Now
it was me, Barry. It was me all along.
Now that
son of a bitch.
Okay, to actually go into that a little bit. I remember you actually sent that out, and I was at work, and I was like, man, okay, I'm really tempted to find out. And I was thinking, when you said The Flash, I'm like, oh, okay, they're watching the movie. And then a little bit down below after that, it's like you said CW Flash. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, that can go. That ship can go. I don't want to see it anymore. That can go. I'm tired.
Well, guess what? I took that burden for you, Jack. I took it upon myself, and I will talk about it a little later on because oh boy, was it! That's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. Oh boy! What a finale!
I am hoping that the title that you put down here is in a hyperbole or some sorts.
Only one way to find out, and that's in approximately 20 minutes. But before we get to talking about any speedsters, I am of course the generally beautiful and moronic HAC.
And I am
That's it.
Lost.
He's I am.
Oh wait,
Jack.
You know what? I've remembered it. It took me a while. I am Jaquante. I've been seeing, Virgo has been calling me Jaquante, and it's kind of sticking. It's kind of sticking.
What is it popping up in your streams and calling you that?
Yeah, that, and also whenever I pop into his streams, he's been calling me Jaquante the rapper.
Oh my god! I mean, how else would you ebonify Jack?
I swear, I love whenever I do pop into his streams, they just like instant chaos or something just like so weird is just like said, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, he's on a weird. He's like, oh, he's in one of those tangents again. By the way, has he been being live? Because I'm not getting any notifications lately.
On Twitch? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been live for quite a couple of times this week.
What the heck, Twitch? I'm here. I am thinking, man, is Virgo not streaming a lot recently? Apparently, he has been. And Twitch is not telling me.
You know what it is? It's probably because he streams a little bit later.
No, it's racism. That's the only
you hear that, Virgo? You're racist.
No, Twitch is racist because it's not notifying when he's live.
Did you forget to? Did you accidentally unring the bell?
I'm gonna have to double check. Maybe it was never rung to begin because I rarely use. I guess I don't use Twitch that often. That's probably why. Oops, my bad. Sorry, Mark. If you hear this, Virgo, my bad.
This is why I do you use mobile, by the way? Twitch mobile?
Sometimes I mostly like to use desktop.
Okay. That's kind of harder to tell whenever someone's online if you're just using desktop.
But I have. Oh, you know what it could be because I don't use the app so too often. I bet you that my phone probably puts it in a state where it's in a quote unquote deep sleep.
That's most likely what it is then.
Yeah, so I just gotta use it. All right, I'm all right. Twitch is not racist.
It's your phone that's racist.
My phone is racist. Against sleep.
Your phone is racist. That's why I knew it.
Hey, look! It's a Korean phone. Take with that what you will. Speaking of Koreans, Jack, I never thought I'll say this to another man.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been watching the K-drama recently.
Which one?
I don't know how popular this even is. I know it's pretty old. I believe it's called Love from Another Star.
That sounds familiar. But let me see. Now, I'm gonna look it
I
up.
I don't know how popular it is or isn't, or even if it's good. All I knew
Yeah, I
is
remember this one.
all I know is I saw a short on YouTube where the main character is like not given the slightest not given the slightest attention to the main love interest, who is acting all up in his grill, and I had a lot of satisfaction from that. That I wanted to, like, okay, I gotta check this out just to see how this is. And yes, Johnny, no, you will not kick my ass. Your ass will be kicked. Everyone has at least that one thing. Has that one thing. You know, just because I watch one K drama show doesn't mean I'm gonna watch another. This particular one, I was just too enticed to see what was going in, and there's a little sci-fi element, so I'm fine with that. Johnny, ain't no way this man is confessing this live in 4K. You're right. I'm confessing this in 1080p.
Now, did you?
This stream isn't 1080p, right?
Yes,
Okay, just
I
double checking.
think.
Standard definition, my ass.
But
Cause I ain't confessing in 720p or God forbid 480.
no, we're confessing in 120, 124p.
Oh God, 2006 YouTube. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Gonna watch all these videos someone made on their flip phone.
You know, speaking of K dramas, have you ever seen the one? You've probably
No.
only seen the one that you are currently seeing.
Yeah, I
But-
do not ask you anything about else or try to entice me. I just want this to be my one and done. Then after that, you know, I am satisfied. I don't need to go. I don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
But there's one that's so funny. At least the premise
No.
of it.
No. Tell your boy. You could talk to your boyfriends about that one.
Don't you ever want to just fight a ghost with your bare fist?
Not really. I want to shoot at a ghost. But I don't want to fight a ghost.
Nah. You. Sometimes you just gotta exercise a ghost by punching them out of the area.
Punching them really hard.
You just punch
Johnny
them back
hold
into
on,
the.
Johnny says, Jack, grab it before the rat hole gets too deep.
No, if I
Hey, look.
grab him, he goes into the rabbit hole.
Hey, look, Johnny, you're one to talk. I mean, think about it. Isn't wrestling just soap operas for men?
You know, that really reminds me of the freaking South Park episode where they all had their wrestling phase. All the kids.
Oh, I remember that episode, and like people were more invested in what they were talking in the ring than the actual wrestling itself.
No, that was the trick. That was the trick that whenever it was basically saying for guys, their soap operas is wrestling because there's always some weird drama, and that's the reason they end up wrestling.
Exactly. Which, by the way, Jack, I need to reveal to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's occurred to me that you are in fact my long lost brother. Dun, dun, dun. And now we gotta wrestle in the ring to stop this vampire from taking over the world. And Johnny says, "Hell yeah, wrestlings are soap operas." So yeah, Bugs was us back like half an hour ago. People are mad, and I love it. John is just taking all of CM Punk's haters. It's
You know,
like,
what
yeah,
if we put La Rosa de Guadalupe and put it into a wrestling form?
I mean, wouldn't that just be lucha libre at that point?
I mean, that's the point. That's exactly the point.
All the men have to wear a mask, and of course all the women have to be exceedingly beautiful, even like the elderly mother-in-law or something like that.
You see, I don't know why they don't just have. They should just have it as two different things. La Rosa de Guadalupe. Soap opera. La Rosa de Guadalupe. Wrestling edition. It's perfect.
All the conflict is resolved with a wrestling match. Johnny, you would appreciate this story. So, I may have told the story before, but it's been a long time since I told it, so I'm gonna tell it again. So, years ago, uh, a wrestling show was made available on Netflix. A little show called Lucha Underground. Johnny, you may have heard of this. I don't know your opinion on the show, and frankly, I don't care that much because the show's no longer around. But whatever. Now, Lucha Underground's on Netflix. I've heard people talk about it and how cool it is, and you know what? I decided to check it out since it doesn't have all the baggage that WWE has. It's fresh, it's new, and all that. So I've been watching it, and my little brother and my little brother joins me in watching it as well. And of course, he gets hooked more than me. For context, he would have been 9 or 10 at the time, and he gets just as hooked into the wrestling as me. But of course, him being a kid, he's a lot more invested. And so we go by like the first, I want to say 2 seasons, if my memory's correct, and he just enjoyed every aspect of it. His favorite wrestler is a wrestler named Johnny Mundo, who is essentially this pretty boy wrestler who wrestles in bedazzled jeans, has very long hair. I think that might have impact on my little brother, considering he has long hair now. But no bedazzled jeans, thank God.
Oh.
So that's his favorite wrestler, Johnny Mundo. And I think one of the season finales, I think it's season 1 or season 2, Johnny Mundo gets into a title match to become the heavyweight champion of Lucha Underground, and he was gonna fight against a wrestler called Tejano. And I don't know why, but my little brother hates Tejano.
Dang.
He hates him, and so he, of course, he wants Johnny to win because he loves Johnny, but he hates the Tejano.
Mm-hmm.
And so the wrestling match starts off pretty normal. We're all watching, we're all invested. And of course, there's a lot of close calls. My brother, he is on the edge of his seat. With every time Johnny's about to get pinned, like I could see the despair on his face. And then, once Johnny kicks out and the count is stopped, like this relief, just like, oh God, thank God. Like this little boy was going through an emotional roller coaster with this particular episode. Emotional roller coaster. Near the end, near the climax of the fight, near the climax of the fight, this is like Johnny Mundo and Tejano are already like they're fighting outside the ring. They're beating up and destroying whatever. And if my memory serves correct, I could be wrong. But if my memories is correct, what ends up happening is that the match is interrupted by another wrestler. You see, because Tejano, he has a rival. Now, unfortunately, I cannot for the life of me remember his name at this moment. But he has a rival, and his rival appears out of nowhere and disrupts the entire match. And guess what he ends up doing? He ends up throwing Johnny Mundo into the manager's office through the glass window, knocking him out of commission for the rest of the fight. And so now the fight's between Tejano and his rival. When my brother saw that happen, of how just Johnny was literally tossed aside in order for these two to wrestle, I kid you not, he was in tears. He wanted Johnny to win. And when that was taken away, like that moment, wrestling never felt so real for him until that moment. When he realized that the pretty face doesn't always win. The guy who looks cool and does cool stuff is not always going to win. And sometimes the bad guy is not going to win fair and square. And just seeing that and of course, I'm enjoying this. I look at my brother's face. He's in tears. He can't understand what just happened. He is in complete despair. He's like, no, no, they can't do that. They can't do that. They can't do that. He, episode ends, hinting at what's coming up for the next season. And my little brother, I literally had to go comfort him because he
Oh.
was in that emotional shock. I had to remind him that, hey, look, it's not real. Johnny's okay. You know, it's good. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's just a show. You know, things like this happens for the story. My little brother, he listens to my word. And he tries to take comfort in it, but I could tell in his heart that he just wanted his favorite wrestler to win fairly, and it's because he was just invested in him. He, obviously because he looks cool, but throughout the entire season, Johnny kept getting close to winning matches. He would win matches, but something always goes wrong. So for my little brother, he just wanted Johnny to finally get that fair win that he deserved, and even by the end, he just oh, I see Johnny's comment. You broke kayfabe to your own flesh and blood. Hey, he didn't understand the concept, and he was in tears, man. I was gonna let a little brother literally cry, and then have to explain to my parents he's crying because they're watching a wrestling show. If they were to come up, they say the aftermath. They could have thought I did something to my brother for why he's crying. So
Yeah, but those are the memories that are gonna stick with him. And for anyone that never really watches wrestling, or first of all, I would recommend watching a one of them. What's it called? Not underground, local wrestling matches. Go watch one. There are some that are free. There are some that you could just walk in, watch. They are amazing. Whenever you go in there, it's different from watching it on TV. Like I'm pretty sure, Hack, you've been to one.
Fortunately, I have not been to a local wrestling match, but I do understand what you're coming from. Is that energy in the air and seeing the performances live and all of that, and with the more local stuff, you get to see things that you definitely won't see on professional sports entertainment that you won't see in a live show.
For real, because I remember when I was a kid, my dad took me to one because there was this one guy he became like somewhat friends with. I don't know what they always talked about because I never bothered staying in their area to hear them talk, because I was always looking at the masks and the paraphernalia of all the wrestling stuff they have. Not like WWE and Raw stuff, but like a bunch of luchadores, a bunch of luchador stuff. And oh man, I remember they bought me a mask. I had my own mask before. It's it's gone now because it got ripped up, but I had my own mask.
He had the power.
I had the power. And the guy literally said, "Hey," he said one time, we're gonna have a local wrestling match soon. It's gonna be on this location. I can give you tickets for free." And we're like, "Yes, we're going." And you don't know how excited I was to watch this match. And the fact that when I watched this match, I didn't just usually I'm a very reserved person when it comes to like almost any event. I ended up standing up from my chair and started like yelling as hard as I can throughout this whole match that was ensuing before me. The one of the key moments I remember is that these two luchadores, they were luchadores because they had the masks on. One of them was getting beaten up severely and he was almost getting pinned. But before he got pinned, the other luchador was like really rallying up, hyping up the crowd by almost attempting to take off the other luchador's mask.
Oh.
And of course, for everyone that doesn't know, when you taking off another luchador's mask is like a very big sign of disrespect.
Dishonor.
Yeah. But and I was one of the few people that were like very into it. I was just like yelling, "Rip it off, rip it off!" Of course in Spanish, but like, "Rip it off!" And the guy, he just like, and instead of doing that, he just like tosses the guy into the mat and goes for a pin. But oh my god, I've never been so like just like with the crowd when it came to this. It's definitely something I would recommend everyone to at least have one wrestling match. Just go to one.
Dang, now I gotta do that. See what you know. It's fun. You know what? Funny enough, I remember when I would go to my local comic shop near where I live. They would always have these little cards advertising. I think it was Booker T's own wrestling promotion. I never bothered to check those out, but there was always a thing. So maybe he's still doing it. Hopefully. I don't think I'm gonna see Booker T there, but that would be nice.
It's
But
definitely fun.
but yeah, I just remember that. I'm sure I messed up some details, and if I were to look for the exact episode that I'm referring to, I could probably correct it. But so I'm just going off memory. All I do know is that Johnny Mundo did lose, and brother became extremely devastated, just devastated. After that, I think we kept watching, but eventually we kind of fizzled out of keeping up with the show. And this is around the time where we made it we try to make it a habit to watch stuff together. This is around the time not only were we watching Lucha Underground, but we were also watching the Netflix Voltron show. Back when it was good and had potential, before all of that got drained down season after season, and we glad we missed that. We glad we missed that after we fizzled out of watching that. So those some good old happy memories. Johnny says Booker T had a match last year. He thinks still coaches people, and his promotion goes on, and the beat goes on. Yeah, the beat
Ooh.
goes on. So, all right, Jack. Speaking
Mm-hmm.
of masks, we're gonna switch at the type of mask we're gonna talk about here because
No.
I think it's about time we talk about the
No.
main event of the show.
No.
So Jack, you asked is the title of the show, which everybody have not see it or in the thumbnail. I'll repeat. The final villain is Barry's wife's ex-boyfriend. Jack, you ask, am I being hyperbolic?
Mm-hmm.
And to that I answer, no. That is exactly what that is. In in 9 seasons and being on the air for 10 years, the final villain of the CW Flash TV series is literally a jealous ex-boyfriend. And
Oh no.
here's the thing. It is not a random boyfriend. It's the jealous ex-boyfriend of a season 1 character.
Oh.
Whose only connection to the Flash is that he is an ancestor of Eobard Thawne.
I don't know why that's.
Johnny's in disbelief. Ain't no. I saw the final episode. So let me lay it down for you guys. Let me lay it down. So this past Friday, me, my friends, Chris Ryan and Ghetto Machine, we sat down in my Discord server, and to watch the final episode to finally close off the CW Arrowverse as a whole, because like that's it. after this Flash episode, the Arrowverse is done. No more. It's done. Gotham Knights is his own thing, but as far as this CW universe, it's over. Now, and as preparation, we decided to, go back memory lane and we watched the first episode of The Flash before we watched the final. This is a comparison. And Jack, dude, the first episode looked like it had better camera work, more money, and a tighter script than the last episode. The only thing that's actually an improvement is only Flash's costume, and that's it.
I mean, they gotta use the money somehow.
Like, the first episode had more money than the last episode. And the first episode had actual locations. And not everything was set in an apartment or a cafe or a room. They were actually outside and had big wide shots. There was some camera work going on to emphasize Flash's speed. The CGI where Flash is running in that first episode was more believable than the final episode. Okay, so final episode. Here's a play-by-play. So we watched that first episode. We remembered. Now we remember why we stuck around to watch this show, because it had promise. And we watched the last one. Unfortunately, we're going in fully blind, or fortunately, because the last episode is the fourth part of a four-part story.
Oh, I hate those.
Exactly. So the end of the four-parter. It opens up. I kid you not, Jack. It opens up in a literal red room, like a bedroom that's lit in red light. And I kid you not, every single past season villain of the Flash, literally ends up in this room. Thawne, the Godspeed, what was it? That weird alien one, the one that looks like Death. I forget his name. Literally, all the main big bad guys come back, and everyone's like, "We know what we're doing here," and all that. And they're going, "I could have killed Barry." No, you couldn't kill Barry. I could have killed Barry. And it turns out this is all orchestrated by the ex-boyfriend who goes by the villainous name of Blue Colt.
Blue Colt, like the horse?
Yes.
I gotta look this up. Give me a second.
And I'll talk about the CGI, Johnny. Just hold your own. Yep, Zoom was there, Marty. Zoom was there. So, all the villains are there in this cheaply made red room. They're all talking, and pretty much Blue Colt tells them, "Hey, all you guys by yourselves couldn't beat the Flash. So how about we just team together and take out him and his team all together?" They're like, "You know what? That's actually not a bad idea." So all of them come together to face the Flash team. And I'm guessing the Flash's team were ready for it. Now, keep in mind, I mostly remember the characters from season 1. So then I look at the Flash's supporting cast. It's like, okay, there's Barry, there's Caitlin, who has striped blue extensions for some reason, and powers. Okay. Then I don't know who this mixed chick is. Nora, I think that's like Barry's daughter from the future. This random black guy. Literally random black guy. He had dreads, so I just call him Ghetto. and the only character that Chris recognized was a character named Wolfsbane, who just looked like a normal white guy with like a fur jacket. So there's your Flash team.
You know, I stopped at the part where Flash's daughter, which I think her name was Nora.
Mm-hmm.
Came by and screwed everything up with the timeline as well.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the thing: the big urgency for this episode. Mm-hmm. So all the villains are there, and Blue Colt's big idea was that he was going to use. You ready? You ready for this, Jack? No, you're not ready.
I'm not.
No, Marty. Captain Cold was not there. None of the rogues were there. No Captain Code, no Boomerang, no Mirror Master, no Weather Wizard, no Gorilla Grodd. None of actual Flash's like villains were there.
I think Captain Cold is dead in the Arrowverse. Jesus Christ. Why you just go with good?
I mean, he's a respectable villain, but a villain nonetheless.
Oh wait, I don't think he's dead, but not because of the Flash universe. He's in that other one, what's it called? Legends of Tomorrow?
Oh, Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, so he died in another TV show.
I think that was the case, but either way, he moved into that TV show, if I'm correct.
Good for him. All right, so okay, so you established our villains and heroes. What's the crisis? Pardon the pun. So apparently, all of the villains are all together, and they're going to use. You ready for this, Jack? You ready?
I'm not.
They're going to use the negative speed force to destroy the timeline.
Guys, did you ever get cucked so hard that you ended up wanting to just kill everything?
Now, keep in mind, this was Cold's grand plan that he didn't reveal to the villains. Because as far as the villains concerned, they're just teaming up and just going to do a drive-by on Flash. But with Colt, he's like a step ahead of literally all the villains. And he's like, no. I know what I'm doing. And so most of the episode of the finale is all the villains, instead of actually fighting the Flash himself all together, they literally go off and fight each of the members solo in different areas of Central City, which just means different small sets. Remember Zoom? You remember Zoom, right?
Yes.
He doesn't even go after Barry. You know what he goes after?
Who?
He goes after Caitlin.
Caitlin.
She was like one of the star scientists. You remember?
Oh, why?
Because hear me out. So technically Caitlin's not Caitlin. And to distinguish that, her blue extensions that she's wearing is a result of some being taking over Caitlin's body.
I actually have the answer to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So, how can I say this in a very hyperbolic way?
Say it with your chest.
What was that one dude? She's Moon Knight.
Oh, she has multiple personalities?
She has two personalities. The Caitlin, and then the other one is
Marty says Killer Frost.
That's the other one. Killer Frost. Okay. Which Killer Frost is supposed to be evil, but apparently her and Caitlin came to an agreement of some sorts, and they're cool with each other. No pun intended. Cool with each other, and they're cool with the Flash.
Yeah. So, and she's fighting Thawne for some reason. So she's there gonna fight Thawne. Thawne ends up kind of winning early on, almost kills the black guy. And while watching this, I'm like, no, Ghetto. Of course, you're the first one to die. They always go for the black guy.
They always go for the black guy.
He survives through some BS manner. And Caitlin, I don't know what she did. She somehow, if I try to remember, she destroys Thawne. I don't know if she removed it from the timeline. She does something, but she beats him. So Thawne
How the hell do you remove someone from the timeline? Do you just like?
That's what I remember. That's what I'm trying to remember. I know she won, but I don't. No, wait, no, she didn't remove from the timeline. She literally just knocked him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I kid you not. It wasn't some like inventive way to stop Zoom. She just knocked him out into a cell.
I love it. I love it that their first thing is to do is just lock him in a cell.
And like and like, of course, they were just chatting about stuff I have no context for. So then we go to the other villains. Nora ends up defeating, uh, I believe, Godspeed don't with her psionic powers, which looks so stupid because um, whoever was the if there was a choreographer in this show, they gave her bad direction because in order to make it seem like she has mind powers, instead of I don't know doing something that shows like either visually show him energy or do something like how the Force, where you can't see the Force in the Star Wars movie, but there's a lot. But the actors at least have a decent way are directed to portray of how they are using their bodies to use the Force, right?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have that. Whenever Godspeed's about to hit her with her Shadow Clone Jutsu move, which is literally that, she just literally wails her hands like, oh, and that's her psionic power, and she just beats up this supposedly this speedster who can make clones of himself.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
He's taken out. Bear. Let's see what else. Wolfsbane and Nora, I believe. They're dealing with the alien. I have no idea what his thing is. I think I don't even know how they beat him, but he somehow ends up getting knocked out too. So one by one, all the Flash villains are, the big one, the major players. They're getting knocked out one by one, leaving only Barry and Blue Colt literally running around the city. And remember, the first episode actually showed Barry running, and with the camera that mimics like the vibrations of how fast and intense it is.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that budget anymore. So how did they show that? I'll make Barry and Blue Colt just CGI lightning running through the building.
Perfect.
Yep, and don't do anything with the camera. Don't get creative with even how the lightning is going. Now, wide shot and the lightning is going.
I'm looking at a picture of Blue Colt, and just from looking at him, he is the literal embodiment of to me, he's the literal embodiment of, but I'm a nice guy.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So now keep in mind, Blue Colt and Flash, they're running around trying to fight each other, and of course, because this is the CW's version of the Speed Force, that means that, oh yeah, all that speed just freaking throw a lightning bolt like Zeus, and they start chucking lightning bolts at each other. Isn't how the Speed Force works, but okay. They're chucking light bolts at each other, and eventually they literally end up in that same red room at the beginning of the episode, and and I and they're at a standstill because both of them are just as equally matched. And then Blue Colt's like, aha, but I have something you don't. And he has a blue crystal. A blue crystal. I think he then puts it on his suit, and that blue crystal somehow allows him to literally steal the negative Speed Force energy off of all the bad guys in the episode. So in another way for Johnny, Blue Colt literally Shang Tsung all the other villainous speedsters in the episode, so that Blue Colt can have all the negative Speed Force power, and his power is so unstable he could destroy the timeline. And Barry's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I kid you not, Jack. I kid you not. At this moment, Barry's there, Jay Garrick's there. That's cool, best costume. But but they're like, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do here. Caitlin then calls Barry and pretty much says, we can't just punch him or whatever. Talk to him. And then Chris, my friend Chris, while we were watching, he verbatim said, Barry better not talk no jutsu this situation. And guess what happens? As soon as he said that, Barry starts trying to talk to Blue Colt as he has all the negative speed forces.
Hold on,
Not
hold on.
you.
Hold on,
You're
hold on.
better. You should be live, yeah.
Because I just had a weird notification with OBS saying you've been disconnected, reconnecting.
That sometimes happens, but I'll pause. I'll pause a bit. Let me also reload the studio thing. It's ruining my flow.
Did everyone hear the that monstrosity of a talk no jutsu that Barry did?
Johnny must have, because he says, "I hereby announcing my retirement of comic art. This is the breaking point."
Okay. I
Oh,
apologize
so, yeah,
for the interruption. Go ahead.
All right. So Barry literally talks Blue Colt at his most powerful. He literally talks him out of it, and in a symbolic gesture, the red room they're in starts to turn blue.
Ooh.
And this fancy, in this fancy 3-bedroom apartment that they're in. So they're not like in a rooftop. They're not in some laboratory or something cool and fantastical. They're in an apartment.
How romantic.
So Barry talks no jutsu his way to defeating the final villain. And the final villain is pretty much like his motivation is literally it should have been me, Barry. I should have been the one with Iris. That was his entire motivation. All because he got, I'll say, because he got cucked like 8 seasons ago. Couldn't let go of the fact that Iris just wants her Oni-san. which I'm glad Chris brought that to my attention. There are all these times, no one is trying to say, isn't it weird how even though they're technically not related, Barry's technically married his sister?
True.
And the show never addresses that. They never address the fact that they pretty much, are family. And I guess the dad's okay with it. I was like, you mean this young boy I've raised to be by my son? Sure, you can make a baby with my daughter. Ain't nothing weird about that.
I mean,
So
yeah.
and then Johnny says, "Sweet home, Speed Force."
Hey, yeah. So I
So
stopped watching.
Blue Colt loses. He ends up sacrificing himself so the timeline would not be destroyed. The Flash family is in victory, and just at the time that the Flash defeated the villain, Iris delivers the baby. Oh, little baby Nora. And in the epilogue of the episode, after all said and done, literally all the characters in the season, not from the entire show, just the season, decide to celebrate the birth of Barry and Iris's child. And I guess they resolved some they did some resolutions with all the key characters who I don't really care about. But as a final kind of like FU of the show, you think the show would just end with Barry continue to be the Flash and remain the protector of Coast City for the end of days. Nope, no. The show ends with pretty much revealing that now the city will be protected by 3 new speedsters.
And he's gonna retire and live happily ever after.
Yep, and that's how the show ends. Trying to hype up a potential spinoff.
I don't.
Yeah.
See, by the way, was the Arrow finished?
Oh yeah, Arrow's been done for a while now.
You know, why don't they just call this the Flash first now? I know Arrow became the first thing and then the others, but you know, they could have done something like, as in, why did they bring a ragtag group? Why didn't they just go and bring Arrow? He's like, hey, I need your help. I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore.
I'm sure they did that earlier in the season since Oliver is now the Spectre.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, this is why I stopped watching. This
Yeah.
It was too much to handle.
At least when they bring him back, they're like Ra's al Ghul threw Oliver's body into the Lazarus pit or some nonsense like that. It's like, no, he just come back as a vengeful spirit.
Again, like, this is why there was too much happening for me. And I could tolerate I tolerated the Arrowverse with the Arrow, the Flash, Supergirl eventually.
Yep.
Who else?
But let's see. Oh, there was a Legend of Tomorrow.
I did not tolerate that.
Batwoman, which I couldn't handle even that first episode.
Didn't even look at it.
Oh, everyone forgets, but there was also Black Lightning. You remember Black Lightning?
I forgot the show was being made, but I do know the character. Just because of the I can handle lightning, but you never handled black lightning.
You never had Black Lightning. So yeah, that was and thus concludes the Arrowverse. What a long ride it's been, ladies and gentlemen. What a long ride it's been. And Johnny, as apt as always, closed it off with, so that was one big pile of shit. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
But it was our big pile of shit.
No, it ain't yours. It's gonna be mine, Ghetto's, and Chris's, because we saw the darn thing.
True.
I had to freaking I had to find alternative means just to watch the final episode.
You went above and beyond to watch shit.
Exactly. But finally, it's over. We can put it behind us, and who knows? Maybe in 10 years we'll look fondly back and just be like, it got crazy near the end, but it was a good ride while it lasted.
By the way, speaking of the Arrowverse, and Marty kind of reminding me Smallville with the theme, somebody save me, but there on the Arrowverse, I remember there was a clip I saw on TikTok, and I specifically remember it's a clip of the Arrowverse because I remember, unless Iris is not Iris and it's just the actor playing a different character, I specifically saw Iris, and wasn't there a weird episode with Lex Luthor trying to kill all the Supermans?
Don't look at me.
And there, so in this little clip, it was Iris trying to explain to Smallville, that Lex Luthor is trying to kill him. And supposedly it's Smallville because people were saying, "Oh my God, it's the actor from Smallville."
Okay, so like Clark Kent from that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the whole thing was that they were trying to talk to him. Apparently, then something happened, and the Lex had a book and shooed them away. He then starts talking to Clark Kent, saying, "Oh, I always hated you. I hate all Supermans." Yeah, and he then starts doing the iconic Lex Luthor thing of showing kryptonite and expecting Superman to go, "Oh, this hurts." This Superman grabs the kryptonite, looks at it, and just casually tosses it away.
Oh shit!
And Lex is like, "That's kryptonite. You shouldn't have done it. That shouldn't be possible." It's like, yeah, that would have gotten me if I still had my powers.
That's not how that works.
And
That's not
and
how that works.
I know, and then Lex is just going on the whole thing like, you gave up your powers, but why? You were basically God. You could fly. And then he steps on a little toy truck, and he looks at Clark Kent. And he's like, you can't be serious. And well, not Superman, just Clark Kent now ends up saying like, yeah, I mean, it's like, I gave up my powers for this, and Lex Luthor just simply leaves Clark because, of course, this is not really a Superman anymore. He just says, pretty much in these words of, "You killed it for me." He just said, "This is no fun. Enjoy your life of mediocrity," and leaves.
I'm guessing the toy truck implies he has a kid.
He has several, apparently. He has daughters.
Yeah, hey, look, when Lois says she's busy, she's busy.
But, I mean...
I feels like a fitting. I actually can see that as a fitting resolution between the rivalry, whereas where just Clark is, you know what? It's like, I found something else to live for, and just only. I think the only thing I could see is that I think only works with the Smallville versions, because in that show, Luthor is has a very much a personal a relationship with Clark compared to
Yeah.
other versions of those characters. So in that context, it works. Any other version of those characters, that wouldn't work, because then Lex would be like, "Oh, Superman's retired. Hug, Metropolis is mine now." Heck, I think in the Rebirth comics, when like when the New 52 version of Superman died, and actually died, not a comic book death, actually death. Um, when he died, Lex Luthor was like, you know what? I could just do what I've always done, but I'm gonna make my own metal suit, and be the new Superman Metropolis, and show that I can be a better Superman than the old Superman can. Which I'm like,
Exactly.
you know what? I can buy that. I can buy that. Just literally, I can just doing your job out of spite.
That would be a Lex thing to do.
But
You left these people? How dare you? I'ma save them.
and then Lex like, what the hell am I doing? I got people that could do this for me. Already says, hey, Batman does it. Does what? Let other people be Batman?
I mean,
Johnny
depending
says
on the...
comics are kind of ass. Nuh-uh, not the Rebirth Superman comics. Those were fun to read, man.
Depends on the not talking about the Rebirth comic, but just talking about the Batman comment. That, I mean, it depends on the Batman. There's some that literally say, "Hey, this is my night job," and then the day job is for this other guy. That's the white Batman. I'm not gonna specify or clear it up any further. It's just gonna make it sound funny.
All right, talking about the Signal.
Yes, it just sounds funny when I say the white Batman.
I mean, there is a black Batman, but he doesn't go out in the day. I kid you not, Black Batman is literally just, hey, what if do you want, hey kids, do you want a Batman who's not as smart and who's not as smart, doesn't have half the fighting knowledge or the criminal knowledge that the original Batman has, but he has a motorcycle and he's black.
Hell yeah.
Oh, but he's a Batman for the people. The people. Bruce Wayne ain't for the people. Ain't that right, Jack?
Yeah.
Ain't
Eat
that
the
right,
rich.
brother?
Eat the rich.
Literally eat the rich. Johnny says no, not Night Thrasher. Night Thrasher is his own thing in the Marvel universe. No. I'm talking about literally a Batman that DC tried so hard a few years ago to be the new Batman. He's called Batman, but it's not Bruce Wayne. His name is Jace Fox, who and he is essentially like I think he's like an either the illegitimate son of Lucius Fox, or he's like one of like Lucius's sons. They just have an estranged relationship. One of those two. So yeah, I read a few comics of his. I will admit, one of them I did enjoy, but at the end of the day, uh, I don't see there was nothing that interesting about Jace. Like literally, there's nothing. Why does he want to become Batman? Apparent, it's because he wants there to be a Batman that's better for the people. I guess whatever that means. You know, he wants to be the Batman that's right there down in the streets, rather high above in the clouds. His words. What the heck does that mean? I don't know. The the person who created this character and the writer that was given, they barely know anything about Batman, and that person should just stick to Hollywood because that's where his forte is. Writing Hollywood scripts, not creating comic books.
And Marty specifies with the comment about Batman saying no, to be Superman, Batman becomes Superman or a Superman.
I mean, there's the chance where Superman pretends to be Batman, but the only time Batman ever becomes a Superman would, well, I don't think that really happens. But there is a version of Batman called Batman of Zur and in which Batman is Kryptonian and he has all of Superman's powers. It's a just an he's a Batman from another universe. Batman Zur and You should look him up. He's a pretty interesting character. Johnny says we thought one of the Robins was gonna be Batman, but Lucius is here 2 for 2 on Batman. Actually, I don't know if Signal is related to Lucius. What I do know is funny that the current canon, from what I last read, was during the events of Joker War, which was the a recent storyline. Bruce Wayne essentially lost almost all his money. Uh, kind of. He lost majority of his money, so he went from being a multi-billionaire to just a millionaire. Like he still has money. It's just that he no longer has the type of money he does to do all the Batman stuff he normally does.
He doesn't have I can build the watchtower myself money.
Yeah, exactly. So ends up now where did all that money go? Well, as a consequence, all that money ends up legally going to Lucius Fox, who I think Bruce Wayne made a plan with. If there's ever a point where the finances of the Bruce Wayne company becomes dire or something happens, all of that wealth and fortune goes to Lucius, since he's the one that actually properly runs the company when Bruce isn't there. And I thought they were hinting at something because during those events, Lucius actually gets uh accidentally gets intoxicated with Joker gas, and so he is starting not becoming his right frame of mind. And now that he has Bruce Wayne's fortune, and he starts talking about how we gotta make Gotham a place where we don't need Batman. I thought it was hinting that Lucius was gonna go crazy and is gonna start using all of Bruce Wayne's money against him. I thought that where was heading. Apparently not, because all that thing with Lucius being infected with Joker's gas was just kind of dropped. No one talks about it again. I think he just got over it or whatever. And now he
Yeah,
just
you
has
just get
Bruce Wayne's
over it.
money.
You just
He
get
has Bruce
over it.
Wayne's. Yeah, it's one of those plot points. I was actually interested to see how it would follow up, but it's never brought upon again, as far as I know. Who knows?
See,
Maybe
this
there's
is
like one random issue where they talked about it, and it's Lucius could still be infected, but with all the different series that DC is revamping and trying to do something new, I literally have no idea what's going on with that story. As far as I know, they just dropped it and and didn't want to go through those plans.
See, this is why Batman's dumb. I mean, he spent all his time researching how to make an antidote for Joker gas, When he could have just taken Lucius's blood.
He probably could have. Johnny says no new Batman can fill Terry's shoes. They can all just quit. I don't know. Dick Grayson was a decent Batman during his short time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the only way to make Damian bearable because Dick Grayson didn't have to take any of Damian's shit.
I mean,
But
that's pretty good. Yeah.
so Dick was a good Batman. But Terry's there for a reason. I understand. He is good. He is good. Yes, Marty, Bruce and Lex do have the FU money. Unfortunately, it seems to never really help them. At least not really.
Although they use it for petty stuff sometimes. My favorite one was one of the, I think it was the animated Justice League, the earlier one, Unlimited, or was it Unlimited? Where basically Bruce bought the Daily Planet.
Bruce. I think no, that wasn't Unlimited. I think that was one of the early crossover specials that was in the Superman and Batman shows at the time.
Yeah, you're most likely right. But it just, if I'm correct, they bought the Daily Planet, and I don't remember what else they did with it. That they did something to mess with Superman.
I don't know. Oh, Marty says, what about Huntress being Bruce's daughter? Okay, I can actually explain that, Marty. So it's not really that well. I say that, but then I have to think about, is it really though? All right. So Marty, this is gonna be pre-crisis canon. So when I say that, that means we're talking about comic books made before the story of Crisis on Infinite Earths, which that story was like in the mid 80s. So this is comic lore between like literally the 1930s to like the early 1980s. That history of comics. And during that time, DC was always doing these alternate versions of Batman, and one of those versions, the Batman of Earth, I want to say 2, yeah, Batman of Earth 2, be specific, he ends up actually marrying the Catwoman of Earth 2. And as a result, they end up having a daughter named Huntress, whose name is Helena Wayne. And I believe that's the first version of Huntress. So the Huntress that that everyone's more familiar with the crossbow and everything, she is a character that comes in later post Crisis. So before that, she is the daughter of an alternate version of Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle. So hopefully that explains it. And keep watching more for comic lessons with HAC.
Yeah.
I mean, I have all this useless knowledge anyway. I gotta use it for something, right?
You gotta use it for a hobby.
Yeah. or else one might go insane.
You should probably use it in the video.
Having to distinguish Batman Earth 1 and Batman Earth 1. And no, Jack, that's not a joke. There is a distinguishing difference between Batman Earth 1 and Batman Earth 1.
Can't they just change it to like Earth 1 Alpha or Earth 1 Beta, something like that?
No, actually they did. The current canon right now is that the main DC universe is called Earth Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially it's the original, and that's where all the variations are based upon. Johnny says, "Oh yeah, I had one big fat crush on the Huntress they had in Arrow. Really? That she was. I mean, I guess depends of when you watched it. She was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she was the Huntress I was familiar with. The only thing I wish they emphasized more was that that her she's one of the few superhero characters in which her religion plays a big integral part of her characterization, and the Arrow didn't do that because one of the things about Huntress is that because she's a devoted Catholic, it puts her in a lot of moral dilemmas because a lot of the time she wants to do things for personal gain, but it comes in odds against her faith. Let's see. Marty says Zerner is also an alternate personality of Batman. Oh, Zur-En-Ra. That's how you pronounce it. Zur-En-Ra. And yeah, he was made to be an alternate personality during the 2000s in Grant Morrison's run on Batman. But before that, he was actually another version, but it was made to be an alternate personality during the mid 2000s. Johnny says, "I'm a Black Cat stan. If she's trouble, I'm into her." Or are you inside of her? Which one is it, Johnny? By the way, Johnny, how are you liking the fact that Black Cat gets to get away scot free while Mary Jane goes through a really terrible storyline in the Spider-Man comics right now? Like, Jack, I kid you not. I There's a Spider-Man story going on, which I thought it was just gonna be like kind of mediocre. No, people are pissed.
I think I
People
know which one
are
you're talking about, but
pissed, and it's more than just the fact that Mary Jane left Peter for this random guy and had kids with them. It actually goes deeper than that. Which, you know what? Because of how bad it's going, I'm interested to read it to see. It's like, oh, this shit is terrible. I can't wait for the next issue. Just read it for the lulz.
just reading, hearing you after. I'm like gonna be visiting you, and then I just hear out your door, your front entrance, just hear, oh, flip page. Oh, flip page. Oh my god, flip page.
No, they did not.
Close book. Damn, that was shit. I can't wait for the next one.
I'm tempted because you have Spider-Man has been through so many bad stories, Jack, that you really have to make a bad story for people to actually like pay attention. Like a really bad story. And you know what? This is history in the making. I want to be there for when all this stuff happens, so I could say, "Oh yeah, I remember that storyline. Man, was it garbage." And it all started when they chose John Romita Jr. as the artist. And good lord, he is not a month-to-month artist. He's one of the artists who has such a unique style that he really belongs in books that really need to take their time and not rush. Because he can't work month to month. He makes so many basic anatomy mistakes that for a guy who's been a professional comic artist for almost his entire life, and has been drawing ever since he was born, it is utterly ridiculous. And he's not like an elderly person who has problems actually drawing. No, he can do it. It's just that he just can't do it under pressure.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh man.
You
Johnny
know,
says, hold on, Tar says Keter can't catch a damn break. And he also says, if I'm the artist, I'm quitting it first.
see, and like
I don't
that's the
blame you.
thing. To me, it just seems nowadays it's more like not just Peter can't catching a break. It seems like almost every single superhero can't catch a break.
It has seemed like that way. Unfortunately, I've not been I have not kept up to date with anything what's going on. So, one of the things that's unfortunate is because with a lot of social media stuff, a lot of the times the thing that gets the most attention are gonna be the things that are bad. Maybe sometimes things that are really good. So what ends up happening is that it paints a picture that, oh, if this Spider-Man story is bad, oh, then the rest of the comics must be terrible as well, which is not really the case most of the time. So
Well, but even
right?
then,
So,
I'm more. It's more along the lines of like, I understand that, and it's more along the lines of like the current issue. When I say not issue as in problem, but issue as in the book issues.
I see.
Uh, it they always seem to be like they have to have some weird relationship problem to spice up the
Yeah.
story.
Oh yeah, that's not exclusive to Spider-Man, but Spider-Man has had that problem for years.
Oh, but like I
I
meant
mean,
like as in like the comic world in general right now in the modern era.
trying to think. I don't think right now, but for the past 5 years, definitely. Freaking with Batman and Catwoman, that was that was a crapshoot.
That was
Then the
ouch.
whole yep, and then this is a smaller one, but X-Men did the similar thing with Colossus and Shadowcat, which that was a whole mess in and of itself. Who else? Who else? Superman and Lois almost almost got that bad, but luckily they're still together. They're still strong. But now they have to deal with the fact that their son like did pull the Master Sword and skipped like 7 years of his life. That's that he's never getting back.
Huh.
Um, let's see. Who else? Actually, now I think about it, I think the only superhero who's in a positive, loving relationship, ironically, is the Flash, and
And you
not
know
Barry,
like
not Barry, Wally.
oh and you know like and the thing is that I say this because I don't know if you probably I think yeah, this was the time when you finally got back into Twitter. Basically that little argument I was having with that random person about Omni Man. Of course, granted, the joke was Omni Man's a villain, but Amber is an even bigger villain. That joke, and
I
I
mean,
was,
it's funny, but technically that's not true.
yeah, exactly. It's funny, but it's not true. But I'm just going around I'm just saying that Amber does have issues, and people are like, "Why? She needs her boundaries." Like, okay, that's understandable, but this man's a superhero, and in the comics, she was okay with that. She was more worried about the fact that in the comics she thought that Mark was a drug dealer, and in the show it's more like, "Oh yeah, I found out a few weeks ago that you were a superhero." And then Marcus like, "So we're cool?" "No. You should have told me." Like,
Yeah, you should have told me this world shaking secret. You know, for someone who like how long have they known each other? You should know.
just a 5 months, 6 months.
Oh, that's just 6 months. That's more than enough time to share all of my secrets with you.
And
Uh,
I had so many people, I had like several people just trying to die on their hill that Amber is not that bad and that she has her she can have her boundaries about this. I'm like, "Yeah, sure. She can have her boundaries." And he's not entitled to a relationship. She's not entitled, but she's also not entitled to his secret identity.
Exactamundo.
And you know what was funny? Whenever I was like, this is the first time I actually go and like look at what this person tweets and retweets. And my literally as soon as I opened it, it made so much sense.
Was like some sort of Amber Stan or something?
No, worse.
Worse. How?
Her uh, well, actually I don't even know what the person's profile literally on like the first few tweets that the recent tweets I see, it was Velma wasn't that bad. I give it I think she said like I think they said like 7 or 8 out of 10.
Oh, so it's worse. It's not that she's a this person's a fanboy or fangirl of this character. No, it's worse. She's got bad taste.
Yeah,
He or she's got bad taste.
yep, that makes sense now. You know what? I'm gonna leave it as it is because we're not gonna go anywhere. So I just said, you know what? We're talking in circles. I'm gonna agree to disagree, and I'm gonna be on my way.
You're gonna walk this way, walk this way. Just give me a kiss. Aerosmith song. Marty says, well, actually, Johnny just mentioned that Remy and Ro did get married at another positive marriage. So why the heck aren't they in the same team? Why did they have to separate them? What is Gambit even doing in the current X-Men books? Rogue's off with pirates or something. I don't know. Marty says the Batman Who Lies is his favorite villain. Marty, you're not gonna like when I say this, but he kind of is cool, but he kind of overstayed his welcome. And by the end of it, I really wanted just to go away. But that's just because of the fact that I'm just not into the Dark Knight's metal stuff that Scott Snyder did back in 17 and all that, and that just didn't seem very appealing to me. At the very least, I'll give it credit that the villain was an evil Batman this time, and not like an evil Superman. So it's not creative; it's just different. Johnny
Yeah.
says, I ain't even letting you meet my mom 6 months in. The hell was wrong with people? Hey, we're in a fast world. We gotta cut to the chase. If 3 months in, if he isn't ready to move in, buy you a ring, and get you a car, he's not for you, boo. He's not for you, boo.
I swear, like the fact that I also made a hyperbole in there to kind of prove my own point. If they weren't gonna get the hyperbole of the freaking tweet itself, they were not gonna get my own hyperbole. So that was my fault. I said
It's
something
alright.
along the lines of like they said something along the lines of like, well, Amber shouldn't be waiting for that long. It's almost been a year. First of all, this person does not know the amount of time. I literally went back. I'm like, there's no way it was a year. They literally were halfway done with high school. Like when I say halfway done, I mean halfway done with that year, and they were just getting into college. And I just said as a hyperbole, Amber could wait 10 fucking years until that man is ready to say his identity. I don't give a damn. That man has the right to wait as long as he wants to say his identity. I almost wanted to go make it the equivalent of something else, but then that would have been another uproar, but no. And then this person fights back saying like, but no one's gonna wait 10 years. I'm like, I know. It's a hyperbole.
I'm sure that person doesn't even know what a hyperbole is.
Like, I'm being exaggerating here. Like, I literally said going away from the 10-year thing we're talking about now, because I wanted to just prove my point that this person, I don't care how long they wait. That was my point. I said going away from the 10-year thing. And then they say, but the 10-year thing.
Johnny says never propose. I get it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't rush it into a relationship. You gotta work on it. It's a marathon, not a race.
Exactly.
But only marry if you have the desire to be married. Otherwise, you better find something that fulfills you in life. That's all. That's all I'll say. I'm the last person to tell you what to do with your life, but I very least can safely say you better do something that's fulfilling before you end up with 6 kids and a mortgage from 5 different moms.
And 10 different child support alimonies
from 10 different countries. Johnny says, all I heard these always belong to the screen. Saxa says, are you arguing with a mental deficient? It's like that. Imagine if you don't have Hey, it's social media. You never know what type of person you're going to meet. Most of them probably do lack social awareness or basic grammar, either due to various reasons. Most of the times because they're too young or too stupid to realize it. It is the way it is. So social media is a young man's game. A young man's game. I still can't believe it, Jack. I'm still thinking about it. I'm a millennial. I thought I was a Zoomer. I thought I could feel young like the rest of you, but no.
You know, this is the third time you found out.
Only because the data keeps changing, but no, it's solidified this time.
Now it's solidified.
It's solidified, yeah. Which, you know what? I'll take it. Besides, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what year you're born. It's how you experienced it.
You know.
So hey, look, I may not have been there for most of the '90s, but guess what? Most of the shows I watched started in the '90s. I know how to use a VHS tape. I remember when dial-up internet was a thing, and the best, but the most important of all, and I remember when going to McDonald's was actually a fun thing to a fun reward.
Hell yeah. And you know what disturbs me though?
What?
I'm in the same generation as your younger siblings. And I still remember the day that one of your younger siblings, your sister to be more clear, called us old. But since I'm in her generation, that means she's old.
Yeah, but she's never gonna admit it. She's never gonna admit it. And the best part is that actually, you know, it's a little light. She had a positive life experience, I would say. Jack, she is about 3 or 4 months away to be a college student. Can you believe that?
I know the time is certainly flying. I did get the invitation, but I just can't go. I do. Oh, that passed. Sorry, but yeah, yeah. I already let your parents know a long while ago. By the way, I did not forget.
My sister is going to be starting college, so now I get to call her old because she's gonna finally have to be responsible for her own stuff.
Yep.
She's gonna enter an interesting chapter in her life, one which I will be like, oh youth.
She's gonna be like, I have this group project, but no one wants to do it. Yep. That's just college.
Yep. Hopefully she does actually get to be what she sets her mind to be. Though I don't, because I could kind of see it. She wants to touch dead people professionally.
Please don't phrase it that way.
No. She wants to be a mortician. There, is that better?
Thank you. Thank you.
First one was funnier.
It was funnier, but can be taken way out of context.
Maybe, but hopefully she sticks to that. If not, hopefully there's something else that she could put her future on. Johnny simply says, "Fuck college." Oh, well, you know, I don't know how them Brazilian universities are, but my bad. Hope you didn't go to art school. That would have been a waste. So Axel says, "Remember when fast food, any fast food, was a happy occasion? Now I only have no idea what to have for lunch or dinner. Or in my case, I don't have time for lunch or dinner. So where did I put those Burger King coupons? Why Burger King? Because McDonald's didn't give me one." Marty says, "Your clock is always ticking." Rude. First of all, we're not women, okay? We don't have our eternal clocks. All right, Marty? Okay? Oh my gosh.
Do they take into account daylight savings?
My God. Sax with the pun says she wants to be a mortician. How mortifying.
I would give you the sound effect, but I turned it off today.
Well, Saxo doesn't get it. Therefore, the pun never happened.
The pun never happened.
If there's no sound effect when someone makes a pun, did they really say a pun at all? Johnny says Mortician is one of those professions I thought people just fell into randomly. That, or maybe if you watch too many true crime podcasts, which which is the next thing that women watch. If they're not watching soap operas, they're trying to figure out how this person from Tennessee killed their wives. Johnny says, "How do you play the Undertaker's theme song when she walks into you?"
Okay, here's what I want you to do, Hack. Here's what I want you to do.
God.
Here's what I want you to do. Whenever you visit your family again, and your sister's there, but in a different room, have it ready. Please have it ready. And when she walks in, you press that button and you play it on the loudspeakers, maybe even on the Alexas that your parents have.
Oh man, I'll try. And obviously, the Ministry of Darkness. It makes no sense to do the biker one. She's not gonna come out with American Badass. No, none of that. None of that. Yeah, and then I could be next to her playing. What was it? Paul? What was this manager's guy's name again? Paul Blair? Paul Blart? Not Paul Blart.
Paul Blart.
You know the guy. You know the guy who talks like this.
Ah, yes, Paul McCartney.
The Undertaker. That guy. Johnny Saxel, you know what I'm talking about. Johnny says, make her play mortuary assistant. She'll switch careers quick. Now yeah. I'll let the school system give her the real experience when they do their simulations.
And the simulation is mortuary assistant.
Johnny said, "Oh, Paul Bearer, that's his name, Paul Bearer. Thank you."
Paul Blart, I like that better.
Sure. Sax says, "Hack, even better. Pick yourself out and go." The most shrill voice like Paul Bearer whenever she's around. The only problem is it won't be funny to me. My brother wouldn't get it, and she wouldn't get it. So really, I'm only doing it for my own amusement. Oh man. Marty says he loves touching dead people professionally.
Hey yo.
Well, good for you, Marty. I hope they pay you well and with benefits. And they better say it retiring, because you know what they say. You don't want to trust a doctor who skipped med school, and you don't want to trust a mortician who skipped morticiary academy.
How do you mess up?
Yeah.
But you know what? No, yeah, never mind.
Think about it.
Where's the body, Frank? Oh, I put it in the incinerator already. That was supposed to be an open casket. Oh.
It's all right. We'll just take pieces from other bodies we have in the back. They won't know the difference.
Yeah, you're just gonna be a mortician hush. Just start stitching up the face to make it look exactly like the lost loved one.
And at that point, the sister's like, "You sure you not want to be a surgeon? You're pretty good at this, working with skin stuff." Saxa says, "If that didn't work, have your ringtone for her when she sent messages to you be the starting bell of the Undertaker's theme." Saxa, every time she sends a message, she phone goes dong. That'll be funny for like a day, but then I'm switching that off. Speaking of the undead, hey Ghetto, what's up? He has come, and he also arrived. Oh, you just missed it. You just missed it. You missed it quite a while ago, Ghetto. But I was retelling the grand finale of the Flash, and how you made a cameo appearance, and somehow they didn't kill you off, which is very progressive of today.
By the way, speaking of that, I forgot to ask.
Yo.
What was with the guy holding the blue flowers? Like I know that's the villain, but like, what was the context?
What you talking about, Willis?
Blue Colt apparently was like holding a bouquet of blue flowers, and he's like looking at someone lovingly.
I'm guessing those supposed to be for Iris.
I thought that was gonna be some weird context of like him going, Iris, leave him, come back to me.
¿Por qué? Smaxo says the finale of The Flash. Did Barry run? No, he talked. He talked no jitsu the situation.
My man is
Johnny
talking
said,
to the villain like as if he's slowly trying to get someone off the bridge.
Exactly. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay that I took your woman. She was never yours to begin with. Gala says, "Oh, cobalt blue or cobalt blue."
We all thought of it.
Johnny says, "Don't have sex with your patients. Just finish the autopsy, or you lose the veterinary." Oh God! God dang it! That's just there's 5 jokes right there. Good lord. And also Ghetto said that he was at the Home Depot being a man, a manly man. He's got to buy his 2x4s, his nails, and when he gets home, he's gonna finally finish building that shelf he promised his grandma he'll make.
Gotta get that wood polish.
And don't forget the lacquer. You need some lacquer for that varnish.
And of course he needs a nice can of big black caulk.
I don't think he needs caulk for that.
Well, you never know when you need it. You never know when you need it.
That's the problem. Ghetto. No, I'm not going there. That's even too. That's way too gay. Oh my god, that's too gay for even a gay man, which Ghetto is not. Yes, as in bye now, goodbye.
That's him saying like, yeah, I'm done with this. Unsubscribe, bye.
I'm living out. This show's getting a little too gay now. Ghetto says we should have watched a Spanish dub. At least we'll be a telenovela with bad CGI. Say, like I'm trying to think. How would I translate? How would I translate a line?
Iris, ¿por qué no estabas conmigo? ¿Por qué te fuiste con ese?
Yo quiero a mi hermano. I mean, that's what she did. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Y también, yo soy embarazada. El niño es berries.
Oh my
Actually, would have been more entertaining.
Actually, that would be.
Oh,
La Rosa de Guadalupe Flash Edition.
Corre, Betty. Corre, corre, corre.
Corre, Betty. Corre. Actually, I think that's how they say it too.
I mean, how else would you translate that? Rápido, rápido?
Nah.
Yeah, no, corre would be much more better.
Andle, rápido, rápido. Corre, corre, corre.
No.
Speedy
Oh,
Gonzalez.
no, I got it. Every time Flash is about to run, he says iconic Flash phase. There we go.
And then Iris is the. Oh well, I forgot right now his name.
And then Mexican Flash gets a big crossover with El Chapulín.
El Chapulín.
The biggest crossover known to man, the Flash and El Chapulín together at last.
First you seen him in Fortnite. Now you see him in the Arrowverse.
Oh, and it's Chapel is the same costume. It just has better texture now. Oh man.
Run.
Saxus, oh wait, hold on. Ghetto says, oh, let's see. Oh, sorry. Okay, he's saying the thing to you. So it's Smaxa. Let's see anything here. All right, so then That's just fun. Fui yo.
Fui yo, Barry. Yo te toqué la verga, pendejo.
Oh man, probably should watch the Flash in Spanish. It'll probably be a lot more bearable. Oh well. Oh, although I still maintain that they gotta there gotta be more Spanish programming that's not just like telenovelas about tycoon businessmen um or like high profit or like not high profit those like very wealthy farmers, because I feel like those are the only two things they always write about, like the farmer's daughter, the son of a business tycoon, um, just stuff like that. That seems to be the only two they kind of circle around.
God damn it! I'm trying. I'm right now in my mind translating the freaking meme of Reverse Flash saying he in
Is that
Spanish now.
how? So how would you translate "I jerked you off at supersonic speed" so that you came at a woman's touch? How would you translate that? Actually, for the home viewing audience, Johnny, how would you translate that meme in Portuguese? And Smaxo, how would you translate that meme in Malay? I am very curious.
Let's see.
Oh man.
I gotta look. I'm researching this.
Ghetto says, I know one of the dubs had the voice actor call out the shitty dialogue and they left it in. And it was the Brazilian Portuguese dub. Yeah, leave it to the the Brazilians too. You know, they ain't gonna play along. When something is shit, they'll call it shit. Oh man. Ah,
Jerked you off
this is a
at
fun,
supersonic
fun
speed.
episode. Saxo says, I just imagined that it was me, Barry, but Thom sounds like Vince McMahon. It was me, Barry. It
No.
was me all along.
You know,
Like,
it's the
you bought
Japanese
it.
dubbing.
My own family bought it. The whole people bought it.
You know, my question is, with the Japanese dubbing, would it just go with like Don going, watashi wa Thunder, because he thunder. That's another pun too. They do love their puns.
Johnny gives us the Portuguese translation of the meme. Do you want to? Which one of us want to try to attempt it? Neither of us have any experience speaking in Portuguese. You want to take a crack at it so Johnny can make fun of you?
Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to read it in my mind.
Ghetto said the Japanese just makes it a subpar tokusatsu. Very much so. Very much.
Fui que batí una bravoche en super velocidade para que parece que você goza ao simples toque de una mujer.
Ew, nasty man. Also, I would like to appreciate that mulher and mujer are practically pronounced the same way as how you say woman in Spanish.
You just kind of have the subtle L in there.
Very subtle, very lightly subtle. One could say like a woman's touch.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Johnny. I've been praised.
Johnny gives you an A for effort. Good job. Good job. You're not ready to dub the entirety of the Metal Gear games in Portuguese.
I wouldn't want to. That took a lot of my brain power.
Get ready to say nanomachines in Portuguese.
Nanomachines, son.
Nano máquinas, mijo.
Mijo. Te olvidaste los tortillas, mijo.
I just said it Armstrong. Just call it right at mijo.
Raiden, mi hijo.
Oh, yo para profesional con la Universidad de Texas.
Trabajamos juntos, Raiden. Podemos hacer América lo más mejor.
Oh, oh man, let's see. It's like man, how would you say I can break the president in two with my own bare hands?
I
Like,
would break the president
like,
too with my own bare hands.
yeah, like how would you say that? Like, yo, puedo, I what? Break. How would you translate that?
I mean, I would probably say destroy, destrozar. I don't know.
I guess that kind.
Because you can say quebrar, but I don't know. I don't think that's the right way to say it. It's this the no sabo in me.
I guess cobrar doesn't have much impact, so I think the
Cobrar.
for destroy.
You're gonna pay. Me debes. Necesitas cobrar ahorita. Me debes cuando estábamos niños. Me debes $20.
Adios, amigo. Oh, let's see. What's the right line? Wait, how would you translate? It's time for Jack to let her rip. How would you translate that? Because it's a pun. It's basically a pun.
You wouldn't be able. Well, like for the pun to save the pun, you wouldn't.
No.
Unless if you really just go with a very heavy heavy Spanish accent.
Oh, that'll be hard because you gotta be gargling and talking like this and all that.
Well, partir also means to fight. But yeah, that could work.
Yeah, I guess
that could work.
I guess you could do that.
You know what's funny? My family and I, we also developed a joke about the word partir because in some localizations of Mexico, it truly just means to fight. So
instead of lucha.
Well, like instead of just like splitting in half or breaking.
Okay, I see.
And my parents would be like, "Me puedes partir los cebollas?" And I just like look at her and I just like put up my fists. And I'm just like ready.
Gonna fight your own mother.
And my mom just like does the same thing. And I say, ¿Quieres partirlo afuera? ¿Quieres partirlo afuera? Nos vamos a partir afuera.
Hey, in 2 days, you're gonna be able to fight as many old ladies you want in Street Fighter 6.
Hell yeah. Yujiro Hanma. The Granny Slayer.
That's it. I'm doing what Ryan won't. I'm getting me a Latina. Gotta be specific, because you gotta remember. Not all Latinas are spicy. Some of them are sweet. Some of them are mild.
Not all Latinas are made equal.
No, Latinas are not all made equal. No. Because it all depends, man. It all depends. You don't want to be like, oh, I got myself a spicy Latina, and then you find out she's from Brazil. Oops, I said out loud.
Ooh. Them's fighting words. ¿Van a partirlo afuera?
Quiero partir, Johnny. Quiero partir.
¿Nos vamos a partir afuera?
En KOF. No afuera, en KOF. Pero partir en KOF.
¿En qué OF? ¿En qué OF? ¿Qué OF? ¿Qué estás hablando de un OF?
98. No quiero ver los otros. 98 es mejor.
¿En qué OF? ¿Qué OF estás hablando? In OnlyFans? We're gonna fight in OnlyFans?
What?
Because remember, ¿qué?
That's a good pun. That's a good pun. Ghetto says, I need a nice girl to offset my own crazy. You're gonna need a girl who's gonna appreciate you for the fact that you like your tokusatsu and your mechas. That's what you need. Johnny says, what's that supposed to mean? That she's got a better ass? I mean, you say better, but can something that's fake really truly be better?
Oof. Oof.
I'm just saying.
Them's fighting words.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Johnny says 2002 Corval. Okay, we'll fight in 2002. Mira ese loco te quiero jugar 2002. That you gotta do that.
Ah.
That noise. That disapproval noise.
That anything you do in life is automatic. Any accomplishment is already gone as soon as your family goes, ah,
Ah,
ah.
I finally got my degree.
Ah.
Mira, me se con ese degree. Oh. Tengo un cerebro grande. Oh. Tengo una cabeza, todo eso. Ghetto says, I'm still coming for you, homie. I'm gonna prove true. I'm gonna prove I'm a true essay. Saxa says that he needs a girl. He needs a girl who somehow wouldn't mind him being a curmudgeon. They exist. Where are they? I can't tell you where to find them. Only that to keep looking. Keep looking. In the distant stars of all the galaxies, there's bound to be one who doesn't mind that you're a bit of a curmudgeon. Because she'll bring a smile on your face. Johnny says, never met a girl who did the fake butt stuff. I wonder how different it feels. I don't know. She felt pretty anal about it.
But that's all you get. I'm not gonna turn on the sound.
Ah, come on, that was a perfect setup.
It was a good one, but
it's perfecto.
It was a good one, but I'm not doing it. It takes too much time.
Oh man, this is a fun stream. This is gonna be weird for anyone who just came here to talk about the Flash.
I mean, what else do you want to talk about with the Flash? I don't want to. Not with the CW Flash.
No, we're done. No, we're done with that. Everything I've said, I have said. It's done. Oh, Johnny with the rim shot, but
Ayo.
Oh my god, that's what it's called. For Pete's
I know.
Sake.
I know.
What it's. Oh. God, what's the matter with these people? I say one thing to think I'm talking about fucking in the ass. I can't believe these people.
Wow, it's like I'm being so anal about it. Kind of walked into that.
Yes, you did. Johnny says, I dealt with fake tits, but never with fake ass.
Pause. Johnny, pause. Johnny gets it. He gets the pause game. It's not even much of a game. It's just a lifestyle, apparently.
He says that if you want to keep on the trashy superhero shows going, he goes, you can read his synopsis.
Oh my God.
His grand summary of the Titans TV show. Because he covered every season, bar for bar, note for note. He took their flow and destroyed it at every which way possible. Because if you thought the Flash was bad, Jack, if you thought that was bad, at the very least, it has a certain je ne sais quoi to it, in which you can kind of think, you know what, it's trash, but whatever, it's trash TV. Titans, it's at a whole another level. It's playing a whole other ballpark, one could say. But unfortunately, Ghetto, no. Unfortunately, no. I think the only way is Ghetto present a proper thesis paper from his local university on why the Titan show should never be replicated ever again. Then we'll talk about it. Has to be a full thesis.
Give me an abstract with a cover letter and, of course, a peer review study.
And a reference page.
And please make sure that it's all in Times New Roman, 12 font, 6-point paragraph, 6-point spacing, single space spacing.
Half inch margins.
And don't try to skimp out and make the periods into 12 point because I can tell.
I can definitely tell.
You know, there is actually I say that, but there is actually a professor that told us that, and that was the reason why I'm reciting the whole thing
Well, because he takes his job very seriously.
too
Ghetto
seriously.
says, Ghetto says, ah, shit, I gotta do APA citations. Hey, those are the easier citations. Those are the easier ones. You don't want to do the other ones.
No, you got to do
That's
MLA
simple.
format.
Oh heck no, I ain't doing that.
No, you know what? Chicago.
Screw it, Chicago. I'm doing the American Psychological Association. It says quit the scientific article talk that PTSD is kicking in. Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry. Wow, he actually must have really had a bad time through college. I apologize, man.
I am living in the PTS. You merely
You merely adopted. Well, you know what? I've done my time, so I can look back and go, ah. That's it. I got nothing. I just look back and just sigh. Hey, get away, get with the shit. MLA citation. Nah, that's too much, man. Look, it's a TV show. We don't have to go that far. Okay, it's just a TV show. Well, it's not even a TV show. It's a streaming show. That's how low bar it is. It ain't even worthy to have. It ain't even worthy to have a Kellogg's commercial. That's how bad it is. All right. That's how bad it is. Oh man. Oh, Jack. This past weekend, I ended up having to explain to my brother
Mhm.
essentially how Netflix came to be, and how and essentially I explained to him how how TV makes money, and I had to explain that to him because I I watched a video that had a news update regarding Cartoon Network. Where actually, do you know what's going on with Cartoon Network concurrently?
Uh, aren't they making their time frames shorter for more Adult Swim?
Yep, yep. Their Adult Swim is now gonna start as early as 6 p.m., which I assume is 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
So over here at Central Time, that is like, oh wow, Adult Swim's gonna start at like 5 o'clock over here.
So yeah, yeah, guys like
So
that marathons of Teen Titans Go. Can I at least have a different show in there once in a while? No.
none of that, none of that, no. Babe, it gets to be shorter because now you can have a full marathon of Rick and Morty after you just watched a marathon of Teen Titans Go.
God.
The kids are
Why?
the
And
kids
then
are
they
gonna love
wonder,
it.
why are people watching our stuff? Well, maybe because you only show one show.
Oh, and the worst, and the Ghetto says, "Bruh, just take CN out back and put it down." Yeah, it's past its prime. It's done. Might as well just make that the Adult Swim network because that's the one that's actually profitable and successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense because all the kids who grew up watching Cartoon Network, for some reason they still have TV. They're old now, and they're gonna watch Adult Swim. And what they're
Yeah,
gonna
that
watch
would be pretty good
Boomerang.
though. Yeah, that would be pretty good. They just instead of adding a bunch of well, actually that
Smack,
costs more
Smack,
money.
Smack. So they did bring back the old cartoons. It's called the Boomerang Network.
You know, you know you're old. You know you're starting to get old whenever the shows you used to like are in Boomerang.
Oh, dude, I remember having that feeling when years ago I went to my parents' room to ask them a question, and they were watching on their TV, and it was Boomerang. And guess what show was on Boomerang? Just guess.
Foster's Home?
What was that?
Foster's Home?
No, it was the original Teen Titans. Was playing a
Ah,
Boomerang because the little
ouch.
brother was there. He wanted to watch something, and I saw that, and in back in my head, I'm like,
Ouch.
"What?" But it's not that old. It's not that old. It's not that old. It's not that old.
Having a quarter life crisis.
Saxo says, fuck, Cow and Chick is more coherent than the cartoon made for adult children, but claimed to be for kids. I mean, not really. Cow and Chicken never made any sense, but I guess that's the appeal, I suppose.
I remember watching that when I was a kid, and it was just a fever dream. I only watched it because I think I was trying to understand what was happening. All I saw that they were really into ass. They were all really into ass.
And there was a devil somewhere.
I never saw so much cake in my life.
Ghetto says my favorite retro console, the PS2.
Oh, that hurts. The fact that the consoles we used to play in our childhood should now just be called retro gaming.
And the consoles before them, that's just ancient history now.
Because I talked to my supervisor about it. Like we were talking, and I got into the conversation. I'm like, did you know that most of our consoles now are like considered retro gaming? It's like, oh yeah, the PlayStation 1, like all that, and like yeah, but also the GameCube. It's like, no, it's not. Like yeah, GameCube is considered retro.
I mean, it's already more than 20 years old at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, just yeah. Johnny said it best. Grab the cane, Grandpa. Grab the cane. That story doesn't help when I literally had to do that a year ago with my knee injury. I was walking around with a cane. Let's see. Ghetto says, I know the guy who made Cow and Chicken is the cousin of the artist of the Max. That explains a lot. I guess crazy does run in the family. Johnny says, 25 this past Saturday. Can't say I'm in the early 20s anymore. My knees crack out of nowhere. Oh, there we go. Well, Johnny, welcome to welcome to the rest of us. Yeah, you're still a Zoomer. You still got that young blood in you, young blood. You know, so take with that what you will. You know, go put your art on your tickety talks and your.
I'm about to be 26.
You know, get your money through Venmo, and get an Uber. All of that fun jazzy stuff.
They should put you in a box floating down the river, Grandpa.
You know, since I'm still hip. Yeah. You're still hip. More like broken hip. Yuck.
Waka waka.
Oh God. No one's gonna understand the Three Stooges joke. Dang it.
No.
Hey, Jack. If ever the situation happens where you get to meet a real virtual life VTuber that totally doesn't contradict itself, just start making Three Stooges joke and see if they get it. Just go, oh, wise guy, eh?
You know what? I want to.
If they get it, then they're cool. If they don't get it, send them back to the digital highway.
I would say I want to meet Project Melody in real life, but she would not understand the joke. I bet.
That's because she. Well, actually, no. Women don't know the Three Stooges. You have to do with the guy one.
No, she's just.
No, women by default don't know the Three Stooges as well as a guy.
I just feel like she's just very.
No, you know what we should do? We gotta do an Abbott and Costello bit. We gotta do the who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third.
Oh my God. So who's on second? Yes. Well, who's on second?
Who's on first?
Oh yeah, who's on first? What's on second? And
I don't know who's on first.
My favorite one is the band interpretation one. Where it's like, so So who's playing right now? Yes. Like, but no, I'm asking who's playing? Who is playing? Well, that's what I'm asking. What are you? Who's on play? Who's playing? Yes. It's like, wait.
I
So
love it.
is the band playing? Is who's playing right now? It's like who? Like the band? No, the band's tomorrow. I love that one.
Oh, that's a great one. Oh,
The
and the was it what 20 was it 27 no 28 into 3 or something like that?
wait,
Oh,
what?
the one with the was a 20 how you get 28 into 3. I
Oh,
forgot
I
it
love
was.
that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it too.
it
Hold
was
on, hold on.
13 times 8, I think.
Oh, 13 times 8 is 21 or something. 13 times 8 is 21. Saxo says, "Oh, you want to know what I am? Back in my day, we used to have Saturday and Sunday morning cartoons on regular TV. Dude, I used to have that too. You ain't special. I had that too. It
You
was
ain't
called
special. You ain't special. Fuck you.
back in my day. We called that Four Kids WB. Then it became 4K.
The way you said you ain't special was like with so much hatred towards it.
Dang it. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's all. Oh man. And don't worry, Saxo. I can relate with the nothing but drama because guess what? Maybe not in in America, the only show that's gonna be coming up are gonna be police procedurals and whatever reruns of like those comedy shows that definitely were not inspired by The Office. Definitely not. Definitely. And down south of the border, it's all just soap opera dramas. I hope you love farms and businessmen. Lots of farms and businessmen. Sometimes they have both. Oh, and horses. A lot of horses too. Johnny says the whole deal with the shoujo and Nux is a whole Greek tragedy to follow. So so Johnny, give me context. Jack, you know what he's talking about. I
Uh,
recognize those names, but I don't know what's the correlation.
I only recognized that there was an ordeal, but it wasn't apparently that big enough for most others that they cared to post.
Okay, okay. Let me ask: did someone die?
No, no
Did
one
someone
died.
lose a? Did someone lose their job?
Technically, Nux is not working with Shoujo anymore. That's all I could tell. That's all I can all I know. That's about it. But even then,
So
right now, Shoujo is kind of like not on fire, but there's definitely something going on where the contracts are not being being redone. A lot of the big talent that was in Shoujo has left to become indie.
Oh, I see what's going on.
But at the same time, Shoujo, usually most talent agencies, they would be like, all right, you can leave, but we're taking our stuff. That means the models and everything, but
it's the music industry all over again.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I was like, I'm done with this contract. All right, you can leave, but you're not allowed to legally play any of the music you made while you're with the company. Oh.
That's Hololive, though. That's funny enough. That's Hololive. Shoujo is like, oh, okay. Well, we're gonna miss you. You can keep your stuff.
So Image Comics.
Yep.
It's Image. You know what? My comic book brain is starting to understand now. If I relate it to comics, it all makes.
Basically, right now, Shoujo is under fire by a lot of things, but they at least are nice enough to give you back your stuff. Hololive, not so much.
Johnny says there was a doxer leaking personal information by impersonating for Shoujo. Next exposed to deal with Shoujo's help. They all turned heel and backstabbed him. It was a party. Whoa.
Oh, okay, whoa. I see.
Yeah. That's the way to burn a bridge.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what? It's time. It's time for a new era. A new era. This is gonna be like how it's gonna mimic how rock and roll is. Once the corporations get too gritty, that's when they stick the middle finger in the air. They go independent, and you're gonna and a few months time, Jack, you're gonna have the Iron Maidens of V2.
What? Let's
How
see.
that looks like, I don't know.
You know what's
I don't
funny
know.
though? So with the whole thing with V Shoujo, uh, as I said before, there are people leaving. There's a bunch of big talent leaving, and recently, one of the talents that's leaving, they
Mhm.
so Smite, the game Smite, which is a MOBA, they did a collab with V Shoujo, and three of the characters that are there, or at least three of the characters that are there as like from V Shoujo, and I think either one or two of them are no longer in V Shoujo.
Well, looks like sounds like it was something that was worked on prior to earlier, and
I mean,
it was
it
too late
is,
to take into it. Yeah, it's probably too
it
late.
is,
They
but
made
it's
them. They
funny.
made the. And also, wait, doesn't that technically mean that they're putting these characters as pedestal next to mythological gods?
Yes, I was even thinking that exact thing to myself. Iron Mouse is a playable character, which I mean, it's funny to think about. Iron Mouse just going around, fuck you, Zeus, dead. Ra, dead. Aphrodite, dead.
Still don't get how she's supposed to be the devil. I don't get it.
It's the equivalent of here's lore, here's this big lore, and all you see is like a big skull and crossbones and like fire everywhere. Them
Ah, yes.
VTubing, them VTubing.
Of-
They
Oh,
say they a
of course.
Freudian. Oh my god, a slip of the tongue, and they just like say something dumb and innocent. That's VTubing, and that's lore for VTubers. I don't get it.
I mean, I mean, having the lore concept and not following through and playing with that. At that point, might as well, why have it? Why have it? If you're not gonna do anything with it, why even have it there if it's just gonna be your personality?
There's a
Whether
whole
everything is
freaking VTuber or V Shoujo lore that I have. All I know is snippets. When I say snippets, I literally mean someone mentioned a 2 sentence equivalent of what's happening, and it's like this person's the devil. This person is another eldritch horror. This person wants to stop these two. So they joined V Shoujo.
what's the deal with all these ladies wanting to become Satanists? I mean, what's the deal?
And like it's just funny. It's like this person wants to stop these two. She is the embodiment of Earth, or like Gaia, I guess.
Sure,
And
okay.
and then so to stop them, she followed them and joined V Shoujo. I'm like, oh okay, that makes perfect sense.
Oh wait, this so I'm kind of on spec. So it is. I understand those feelings. I always look at virtual characters freaking out and acting dumb. Yeah, I mean the lore is there for people who want it. It's admittedly it's not in your face, but whatever. But you know what's you know what's funny? It's funny. I want I thought about it for a brief moment. What if I dabbled in that? Like, let me just even just do what you do, which is the PNG tubing.
Mm-hmm.
I would be the worst because I would try to be very antithetical to what that type of genre of entertainment is supposed to be.
He
I'll be
would
terrible.
Hack would do everything ironically, and then after a certain point, it wouldn't be ironic anymore. At first, he wants to be a VTuber that's a luchador VTuber that has the power to bench press the earth.
No, no. It will be no, no. I thought about this. It is what if I ain't gonna do this. But essentially, I was like, you know what? If VTuber essentially becoming like a pseudo celebrity, then you know what? I'm gonna do it. The I'm gonna do it in the way that David Bowie, Bob Dylan, Alice Cooper, and many other great performers did. And you know what that is?
What?
I'm just gonna become a different person after a certain amount of time. I will be the same person yet different after like a year or 6 months, and I just evolve into this others being, where I'll be like, and you could be and there could be someone could make up a lore that have multiple personality disorder, whatever. But it's like, nah, I got tired of the old identity, so here's my new identity. Excuse me, I'm not gonna ruin all your ears because I don't want to play video games. I just want to play my acoustic guitar and just sing depressing songs to you guys.
Meanwhile, the third personality is trying to fight back, and then it's like, you know what? Screw the sad songs. We're gonna go with J-Rock. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do J-Rock.
Oh no! If I'm gonna do any type of rock, I'm gonna go the Alice Cooper route. I'm gonna do the eye. Is that they gonna have the eye makeup? I'm gonna just I'm gonna look all crazy.
I would have here's the dumbest idea.
What's the dumbest idea?
Instead of multiple personalities.
No, smack so Freudian slip. You said it. You want that quiet wife? I get it.
We want that quiet.
When the husbands are talking, the wife should be quiet. Nah, man, you can't back that out. Nope, no backing that out.
Remember, honey, lips are for kisses, not for talking.
I felt that from the heart, Smaxo, from the heart.
Nah.
Oh man.
So here's my idea.
Okay, what's your idea that we're not gonna do?
For some people, it could be sacrilegious, depending on if you really like it. Instead of multiple personalities, for some weird reason, every legendary band or like singer, artist, whichever one you prefer, somehow possesses the same body, and they're all fighting to go and play that guitar. And that is why you end up going with like, no, I want to play a sad song. No, you know what? I want to play a rock song. No, I want to play a metal song.
Yeah, you know what? That is the perfect convenient excuse to do covers all day.
Exactly.
And the best part, it's literally just a music I personally like. So that means I don't have to sing whatever idol song that's up and coming. I have to sing an anime theme that I don't like. It's like, all right, not people. You're stuck with me. We stuck with me. Stuck with me for the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna sing this song about a desolate street, but with all these kooky, crazy characters. And it's gonna be 13 minutes long. And then after that, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. And then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna sing a 16-minute song about the assassination of JFK. It's perfect. It's written for success. Obviously the VTubing audience is just dying to have that type of content. Johnny says, "What kind of LSD deity induced gimmick is that?" Exactly. Exactly. When you gotta go the rock route, you gotta look like you're just on the most amount of drugs and be incoherent as possible. And then when people call you out on it, just say, "I'm not an idol. I'm an artist."
Oh yeah, there's a wiki.
I'm an anti-idol. I'm an anti-idol. I'm an anti-VTuber.
I'm an anti-VTuber.
His next is Last Caress by Misfits. Go from it's like, all right, done playing folk music. Let's go punk rock now. Oh man, Saxon says, "Me singing? Yeah, I'd rather not kill people."
Ooh,
then what's the
arc.
point? What is the point?
There's freaking arcs to this V Shoujo lore.
Don't you want to just get a microphone, go to people and start singing. Hold on, let me think of a lyric real quick. Bu- 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 and just start. It's I'm trying to think. What's coming to my head. Um,
He's currently
picture,
trying to get the seance going.
picture yourself on the rose on the river with tangerine trees and marmalade pies. Johnny says, and for our closing act, pumped up kicks. No, not pumped up kicks. That's too mainstream, man. If I'm gonna end a song with someone killing someone, I'm gonna go with Alice Cooper's "Love's a Loaded Gun." You ever heard of that song, Jack?
I vaguely remember it.
So "Love's a Loaded Gun." It's Alice Cooper's song, and basically what it's about. It's about us. It's a story, but it's a story about Alice Cooper gonna kill his cheating ex-wife and the cheating man.
Damn.
Yep, that's a great song. Great song. Saxo says, and for closing act, sweet Caroline. Oh, actually, I would rather get shot at than hear Sweet Caroline again. Oh man, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't. As funny as it is, that's gonna be funny once, and then after that, I realize, oh crap, I actually gotta have like be professional about this. And then once all that's done, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna play video games that I want to play, and and video games I want to play, and just be like, all right, guys, we're gonna play some Beautiful Joe. Then after that, we're gonna play some Devil May Cry 3, but on hard, just so I can be different from the other VTubers who play Devil May Cry.
Go back
And
to
then after,
Devil May Cry 2.
oh god, no, no, don't send me back. Don't send me back.
That will be the redeem that's like worth 100,000 channel points.
Oh,
And then
God.
the one person that is lurking, never says a word, followed you like on day one, redeems it.
Oh my god. Zach says, if for a closing act, imagine. Oh god, no. 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 Oh, what's worse? Playing Devil May Cry 2 or hearing Imagine? Imagine's much shorter, but then it's a stupid song. It's a very stupid song. And Devil May Cry 2, I can at least do some cool stuff. I can run on walls.
Yeah. And you could take a 10-minute. Oh wait, no, was it? How long was that helicopter fight?
Oh, I think it was about 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10
Johnny,
minute
Johnny
copter
says,
fight.
you know, good and goddamn well I say points for that.
Yeah, he would. He would. He actually would.
Kettle mentions my Devil May Cry 2 thumbnail where I'm slowly losing my mind. Does it have the best Dante one-liner though, Saxo? Does it? Does it? I mean, you can say it has the best one because it has the only one. It's only one-liner in that entire game. Let's be real here. Let's be real.
I'm the realist here.
You're the realer.
I'm the realer.
The real.
Sounds like a very bad villain that's all about fishing. I'm the realer. Time to fish up some trouble.
No. And then we see Batman. He goes, "Ah, Batman, I guess you fell for the bait."
And then as soon as he's leaving, finally I net me some money, and just leaves the bank.
Or if he's about to hit Batman with his pole, he goes, "Hey, Batman, I heard you don't like getting hooked." And then Robin with a holy macro, Batman, he's gonna flounder.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
Beautiful.
oh, and by the end when they arrested, when the Reeler goes, "How, Batman? How did you stop my evil aquatic schemes?" It was easy. It was easy, Reeler. It was easy. You, you may know how to use bait, but I'm the master baiter.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Dana dana
Pure.
dana dana dana
Perfect.
dana 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 Batman. Batman. Johnny says, "You got our fishing revenge, Jojo." And yes, we did. And he is the ugliest Italian man right next to Mussolini.
But the problem is he's a mamon.
Hey, what?
A mamon. That's what they call him a lot.
I forget. All I remember that man has no neck, and his stand disturbs me. Not as much as Babyface, but it still disturbs me.
Just a hook under your skin.
Oh, no,
Going
don't do
up
that.
the skin.
No, 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 stop it, stop it, stop it. No, stop it.
Stop it. Yeah. Stop it, Shay. Yeah, stop it.
All right.
Very
Not your
sensual.
shirt.
Stop it.
Oh no, stop it now.
Yeah, stop it, Shay.
No, it's even attacking All-Star Battle Royale. Of course it is.
Ouch.
So, Zach says, "The Reeler. Dude, where'd you get the idea from my totally original comic book, Flying Fox?" Great minds think alike, as they say. Oh, Jack, I'm
Mhm.
gonna remind myself to call my grandmother tomorrow, see how she's doing, and try to convince her to not want to go see The Little Mermaid.
You're
Maybe we
really
can
gonna
see
try to.
Fast X or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just tell her it's about family. It's a very important message
it's
about
para la
family.
familia, abuelito.
Yeah, exactly.
La familia. Oh man. You know what's funny? Even though Vin Diesel is with Vin Diesel, the Fast and Furious is the only thing that's making that man money and having a career. But at least it's something he owns that he could be proud of, and he can keep making them as much as he wants. The Rock, though, he put all his marbles on Black Adam, and I don't think that's gonna come to fruition at all.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, sorry about that. I apologize.
Also include villains like Mr. Below Zero, the Prankster, the Dodo, and
Dodo, the
Femme
Femme
Feline.
Feline. And don't forget the Bum Tickler,
The Bum Tickler. Yep.
the greatest villain of them all, the Bum Tickler. He's
Wouldn't it be
coming
better to
to
call him
tickle
Bum
your
Rush?
bums. The what?
The Bum Rush.
Nah, no, nah. It's not, the wordplay is not as funny.
Mhm. Oh, we can finally make the Great Butt Stabber an actual thing.
Get us as a kid. Now wait for the fast movies to turn into Megas XLR. If it goes that direction, so I am binge watching the entire series just so I can get all that sweet lore, so we can go into Optimus Diesel. I'm still waiting
Optimus
for that.
Diesel.
I'm still waiting for that crossover. Just imagine Optimus Prime looking at Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's hands crossed, and and Optimus Prime tells him, we are, it's like we are. What would be something? What would be an Optimus line like? I was like, through these humans, we've learned that there's something more deeper than comrades. We learned that we are a family. Or something silly as that. Uh, for any Autobots out there in the world, hear this message: we are family, and we are waiting.
We are
Oh,
farmers.
they're brought back Lincoln Park just for that one scene.
What I've done.
Johnny says this is all ice cream and levels of bad. Oh, definitely. Saxon says no bum tickler, but I do have Kane where he breaks a cane over the fox's head in a bed called Fox.
Foxfall.
And no, and when he breaks it smacks, so he looks at him. It tells him, "Fox, die." You'll get it. You'll get it. Jack doesn't need to get it. But cool people get it though. Ghetto says they probably try to put them with GI Joe. I'm surprised IDW didn't try it. They're sinking. Oh, they're more than sinking. The only thing that's keeping that company in the float, unironically, is probably Sonic the Hedgehog. And Jack, you would have to be doing terrible if the only thing that's holding you is Sonic the Hedgehog. Definitely no other company can relate to that, right, Jack?
Exactly.
No other company. Nope. Nope. Yakuza, what's that? Nah, those
Nah,
Westerners
nah.
won't get
You
it.
you said something? No, I didn't hear it. Didn't happen.
So
If
is
I
that how
didn't
it works
acknowledge,
now?
it didn't happen.
That's all right. It was Yakuza spoilers. For Yakuza 9, I'm kidding. Oh, by the way, I am now 10 chapters deep into Yakuza 0.
Ooh, you're practically done. Practically.
Practic. Yeah, I thought the game would be longer.
If I'm correct, I think there's only 12 or 13 chapters.
I see.
How far?
I
Oh, well,
see.
what part are you in right now? What's it? What's the scene?
So currently, what's going on? So currently, Kiryu just got rescued by Tachibana, after Tachibana, uh, courageously, uh, drove in the middle of Kamurocho before Kuze could, killed Kiryu. Which, by the way, for a guy who's supposed to be like, "I'm gonna kill you" and all that, freaking Kiryu's beaten up at this point in the game 3 times. How is Kuze still threatening?
There's 16, and then a finale.
Okay, I'm just saying though, like the fact that's just a matter of fact. I fought this guy 3 times, and he's become less threatening as each time I fight him.
Literally, my first thing every single time at the third part, my first thing was like, how many times do I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? And I proceed to spam the berserker style because I realized you can, as soon as you knock him down, go berserker, grab him by the foot, toss him, grab him by the foot again, toss him, grab him by the foot, toss him, go to his back, pick him up.
Strats.
I was literally hulking this man. You know where Hulk just gets Loki? That's what I did. And I thought it was the funniest thing because it just, you just don't let him do anything.
No. Zaka says, I don't know how many times you have to beat up Majima. I mean, Zaka's 0, so you are Majima. So, I don't know.
I mean,
I
Majima's
would
just
say,
Majima.
once I get back to playing Majima, I do want to at least grow the cabaret club a little bit more. At least just one more girl, so that I could just fool around with the editor mode and be like, nah, she's just not pretty enough. Gotta put more makeup on her. More.
A man telling a woman how much makeup they need to put on. Wow.
You'll never know if you never know if I'm. You never know if you're attractive. It's up to a man to tell you that. Oh, good old Cotton Hill. Ghetto says Kuze's supposed to be a guy so stuck in hell to Yakuza rules he's more than willing to lose more body parts. So an idiot, a useful idiot then. Ghetto says 0-0, 0-0 Kiwami up to it in an annoying degree. With Majima, I see. I see now. I see. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just got involved in the
Yes.
yes. I don't know.
You the bison, yes.
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 And as well, don't forget Bison's most iconic. The day Bison graced your village was the greatest moment of your life, but for me, it was Tuesday.
Ah, beautiful.
Unironically, a beautiful villain speech right there. Beautiful speech. Oh, Gel's gonna admit something. He's gonna confess. He says, "Dude, I suck more time than I'm willing to admit editing the girls." Also, Saki is best girl. Haven't seen Saki yet, but like, it's just look. Character editors are fun, and if the game has one, I'm going to make the time to do so. Which, by the way, Street Fighter 6 comes out. I'm taking another crack at the character editor, and I'm gonna try to really use it to its fullest potential. And I don't want to make some meme character. I was like, no, let's try to be legitimate here. Let's try to be legit and not try to make my character look like an albino black person with
Make
red hair.
make Terry Bogard. There you go.
It's too easy. Well, not too easy. That's everyone will be doing that. No, I gotta.
Yeah,
I gotta
just
be
like
different.
everyone was apparently making Yushiro Hanma. And let me
Why
see.
is that name? Why is that name not ringing a bell?
Baki, the dad for Baki.
Oh, I ever watched or read that? So yeah. So.
And then what about? I bet you someone could make Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, when it was Shaquille season, he's like, yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that Shuriken was pretty good.
Yeah. Don't forget if you got a car, if you need car insurance, don't forget the general. General helped me for 35 years. I trust the general, and I trust the general. You should trust the general. Yeah.
You know, they should have Mike Tyson and then have him be like taught by Balrog.
Gonna eat your ancestors.
Yeah.
Gonna eat your children. Or I could just, F it. I could just make Michael Jackson. Or should I do? Should I do young Michael Jackson or post vitiligo Michael Jackson?
Mm.
The rest of the real questions.
Do
So question for the audience for Michael Jackson. If I want to make it, should I make him black or white?
let's go with young Michael Jackson. I want young Michael Jackson, and then also I want you to make Donald Trump, and I'll make Joe Biden.
Nah. I mean, if we can use our critic characters online, then I will do it. But if not, then nah.
Yeah.
Ghetto says make Charles Barkley. That parry was terrible. Ghetto says the real Michael Jackson. Saxon Thriller Michael Jackson. Well, who is he? Sorry, he made Thriller. You're right. Whatever. That's a great argument. No matter what you say about the man, you can just end the argument and say, yeah, I know he did all those things, but he made Thriller. You can, and that's it. You won the argument. Johnny says Roddy Piper, Michael Jackson, half white, half black. So Michael Jackson a la during the Bad album, where it was like that in between.
And y'all are going between.
But that's weird. Oh, but that's gonna be funky looking though, because that's after the Pepsi commercial incident.
Y'all are doing different types of Michael Jacksons, like how Dragon Ball FighterZ is doing different types of Goku.
Hey, you say young Michael. You didn't specify which young Michael. We're talking
yes,
Jackson 5 Michael.
Let's do Jackson 5 Michael. Let's do that one.
Just make a little kid.
There's the kid Goku of the franchise. Of the franchise of Michael Jackson.
Kid Michael, adult Michael. And then we got super Vitiligo Michael,
Super Vitiligo
Michael,
Super Vitiligo Michael. What the hell was Super Vitiligo Michael? Did he go through a tragic moment and you just see his skin glowing, going from black to white?
I was sending my vitiligo before vitiligo.
Damn.
Get with the Michael GT. He
Michael
just goes
GT.
back to being. He goes back to being Kid Michael.
Oh, Super Saiyan 4 is just Michael Jackson reverting back to Black Michael Jackson, but without the surgeries.
Oh man.
Man, we're really
Our brains right now. We're on something, and it ain't drugs.
we're on something. I'm on the. You know what? Never mind.
Hey, King Cat, can I have your monkey?
I was drinking water, you asshole. And you got the wind.
Hey, get with the tray.
No. What's his version of the solar flare? The white glove?
Yeah, he put his white glove in front of your face. That's the solar flare.
Just screaming. Ow!
Exactly. Exactly. And whenever he does an attack, he doesn't do the high pitch. He's got to do the like that.
Better. The Kienzon is Michael throwing his hat.
Oh, he just did the whoosh.
Why does everything have to go back to Dragon Ball? First we did this with the presidents. Now we're doing this to Michael Jackson.
Because everything goes because we're going back to our roots, Jack. We're going back to our roots. This is what made the channel.
It all goes full circle here.
Full circle now.
We're gonna add this to the lore.
Hey, Majin Buu, I will taste of my Kamehameha. Johnny says we're broken. Nah, man, we're at full power right now. We're at full power.
We're at peak comedy right now.
This is you may not like it, but this is peak comedy. Oh wait, I just realized Goku Black.
Oh no.
That's the timeline Michael never had vitiligo.
Oh.
Michael Black.
Oh. Wait, who would take over his body? Who would take over Michael's body?
Tito, his brother Tito. Because it's like I think it's like well known. I think one of his brothers was super jealous of Michael's success, so I'm making it Tito.
There you go. I kneel, JAC Show, Sama.
Hakajaka Shosama. Charlie says, "Go to smooth criminal. Like, you can always say, oh, fuck, this man isn't black." Oh man. I just realized for the Dodon Ray, all Mike has to do is once he gets his sights, he goes, "You've been struck by move criminal." Right there. There's the
What
Dodon
about the
Ray.
Tournament of Power? I want to know that. Is that just a battle of the bands? Michael's just going between.
Let's see, the Tournament of Power. That's the moment where he reveals his secret technique. And this is a real life equivalent to how Michael Jackson revealed the moonwalk. Because here's the history. Here's the history, Jack. Michael knew how to do the moonwalk for quite some time during the late 70s, but he wanted to wait until it was the right time to reveal it to the world. And there was no better time than like one of the biggest Motown shows in the country and to unveil his greatest dancing technique. To correlate that to the Tournament of Power, when Michael does the moonwalk, that's essentially him just going Ultra Instinct.
All
And
these
Johnny, a
musical
third of
notes,
power
all the beam
is
blasts.
just beat it. Yeah, when he's fighting Jiren, he's doing the dance, just the beat. All you got to do is speed. You want to stay alive. Oh, this is Michael versus Prince. Is the Goku versus Jiren?
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be that's a battle of titans right there. Yeah, yeah. In one hand you got why gotta be that human nature? Why? Right next to just want to be beautiful. Wait, no, wait. Don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. Just high pitched people trying to go as highest pitched than the other.
So,
The only thing, and here's the thing: the real competition is Michael's has superior dancing to Prince, but Prince is literally a musical prodigy. So he's just whipping out his guitar, his piano, the drums, just everything.
this
All
is why Michael was knocked out several times, but he was still in the ring.
Oh my God.
First the guitar, then the bass.
And then by the end, you know what Michael has to do in order to win?
Collab.
He can take a piece of Michael lore. In order to win, he has to summon Mecha Michael, which is a real thing.
I forgot about Mecha Michael.
He has to summon Mecha Michael in order to defeat Prince.
I kind of like the Rick James is just Frieza.
I'm Frieza, bitch. God dang it. I guess I could kind of work with Rick James being Frieza.
You know what? I would love to see it.
Rick James is Frieza.
I would love to see it.
Yes, now that's gonna really challenge Johnny's art skills. He's gonna have to make Rick James and look like Frieza, or reverse. It's gonna depend. Someone's gonna end up with dreads, and it's either gonna be Frieza or Rick James gonna go bald and purple. Oh man, this is amazing. All right, Jack. I think we could start closing things out now.
Yes.
Now my butt's starting to hurt.
The brain rot is just barely setting in. We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta call it. We gotta call it in. Call it in.
All
right, Jack. What do you have anything to announce until the next episode of the JAC Show?
So, for tomorrow, I'll be playing. Dang it, I even had it memorized to make sure to say it. Either way, tomorrow and Friday, I'll be playing Dead by Daylight and Dragon Ball The Breakers. Not in that particular order. It's either or. Final form is Super Freak.
Super Freak. Ow. She's a very pleasant girl. The one you don't take to mama. You never let your spirits down.
This is beautiful.
Oh, you get it on your knees.
This is beautiful. It writes itself.
Oh man.
It truly writes itself.
So you're gonna play Dragon Ball The Breakers and then what?
And Dead by Daylight.
Dang,
either or.
Might as well be playing the same game.
I mean, pretty much. But hey, I've been getting people to notice me a lot more. Plus, at the same time, Dragon Ball Breakers they're adding in, actually either they're adding in or they added in the Ginyu Force as raiders.
Oh wow.
So hopefully I get to play them.
I'm waiting for the announcement they find some way to shoehorn in Goku.
I'm seriously I'm thinking to myself, why not have Goku Black? Oh no, actually no. I specifically said to Marty, give me Black Goku. Not Goku Black. Black Goku.
The blackest.
I just want Goku with an afro tearing up cities. I don't know what else. That's all I have.
I like my Goku's like I like my women. all black.
But those are the games I'm gonna be playing. I'm also for the next week. You eat turtles? We're never speaking of turtles again. Never. Doesn't exist in my book. It was
non-canon, doesn't count. Non-canon.
Doesn't exist in my book. No, that's great,
That's
Goku.
great, no, that's Ashy Goku. That's Ashy Goku.
Dang, Goku. Gotta get some lotion on you.
Oh, all right. My turn for the announcements.
Sorry. And for next week,
wait.
I'm gonna be playing less Tears of the Kingdom. It's either that or I'm gonna be doing grinding off stream because like I just want to get through the story and the fact that there's like a lot of things I'm gonna grind. Thankfully, I found another way to duplicate items, so I'm gonna be doing that to the best of my ability. Because screw grinding, that's just adding extra time to the game that I kind of don't want to invest. Well, at least for the stream itself. So yeah, there's gonna be less Tears of the Kingdom, not so much. We're gonna be going back to our rotation of other games like Persona 5, and I actually want to bring back Cult of the Lamb because I forgot to finish that one. There you have it.
All right. And also, we're talking about Smack Up Broly is canon. Man, get your Dragon Ball info updated. Broly's totally canon.
Yep. Gaslighting. Slight.
As for me, no stream announcements at this point. We'll be putting now with the Magneto video all said and done. I'm gonna put all my focus on now the Saint Seiya video, which will be a long endeavor. So now is the best time to get start working on it, getting those scripts, rewatching those episodes, being more critical of it now that I have an expectation of how the first season is. So it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. So in the meantime, if I get any more inspiration or interesting stuff to make shorts about, I will make them. But those got to come in when they'll come to my head. They'll come to my head when they do. It's not something I can just force upon. So with all that, really, that's all I have to announce. Which really isn't much. I'm unfortunate, though. I did have said a long time ago that I do want to start playing Devil May Cry 3 on stream. Which when that happens, I am not too sure. But once I have the time becomes available where I can do that, I'll definitely try to do that. Since I want to complete my Devil May Cry journey. So with that, thank you for watching a spectacular extended episode, because we're almost at the 3-hour mark, extended episode of the JAC Show, episode 155. It was all fun, all games. This is us at our peak, which means the next episode is gonna be downright abysmal. Only because this episode's too good. It's too good. Too good, Jack. We could just call it here. End it. You know what? The flash finish. We're done.
No.
Okay, this is our final episode.
This is not gonna be where we end it.
We're not gonna end it on Michael Jackson Goku.
We're not gonna end it. I mean, I'm fine with ending it with that, but not with the involvement of Barry Allen, the fastest man alive.
And I just want to end this episode by saying, my name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
You've been a wonderful audience. My VTuber debut will be happening on April 32nd. See you then.